Welcome sa zip9.com. This video, tutuloy natin yung ating series about polynomial functions, and sa video na ito pag-uusapan natin kung ano ba ibig sabihin ng zeros. Zeros of not rational, but polynomial functions. No? So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng zeros? These are the values of x, no? Values of x that makes the polynomial function f of x equals 0. So, ano ba yung mga values ng x such that the value of the function is 0? So, for example 1, if f of x equals x plus 5, no? Kailan siya nagiging 0? No? Kailan nagiging 0 yung f of x? So, gagawin mo, isi-set natin yung 0, yung f of x isi-set natin sa 0, x plus 5. So, therefore, baliktarin natin, no? X plus 5 equals 0, then x equals negative 5. And second, we have for example, f of x equals, bayin natin yung pangalan ng function. Then g of x equals x squared minus 4, or maybe minus 16. So, magiging 0 to 0 equals x squared minus 16. Squared minus 16 equals 0. Binabaliktad ko lang, para yung x natin nasa kaliwa. So, x squared equals 16 and x equals positive or negative 4. No? So, yung zeros, the value negative 5 makes the function 0. Makes f of x 0, di ba? So, kasi negative 5 plus 5 is 0. Ito ang 4 tsaka positive 4, and positive 4 tsaka negative 4 makes this function 0 because 4 squared minus 16 is 0, and the negative 4 quantity squared is still 16 minus 16 is also 0. So these are the zeros of the function. Now, kung tayo ay siniset natin yung x, yung f of x or yung g of x, or in general the value of y, no? Diba f of x is g of x. Sorry, f of x equals y, di ba? Yun yung y value. Ang f of x and g of x are the y values, no? Y values of the function, no? So, in general, we are setting y to 0, no? The y is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. And then we solve for x. So, kung mapapansin nyo, pareho siya pa sa pagkuha ng roots, no? Ng quadratic tsaka linear functions or functions in general. So, ano ba ibig sabihin pag kinukuha natin yung roots, no? Sineset natin yung y to 0. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng yan? Geometrically. So, we want our y, this is y equals 3.5. We want our y to be 0. So, we want y to be 0. What happens to y? No? Pag y is equal to 0, nag-overlap yung line na yan dun sa x-axis, no? And we want to find the value of x. So, kung nandito yung y, at nandito yung x natin, the value of x equals 1, for example. For example, x equals 1. Sorry. Yan. Pag 2, here, our value of x equals 1 and y equals 2. But here, pag binaba natin sa 0, the value of x equals 1 and y equals 0. So, if we want to find the value of x dito, ibig sabihin, we are finding the points, no? The coordinates of points on the x-axis, on y equals 0, which is overlapping. Nag-overlap yung y equals 0, di ba? Yung line na y equals 0, doon sa x-axis. Ibig sabihin, if we are equating our function to 0, yung y natin, if we're setting the y value to 0 and finding the value of x, we are actually finding the points on the x-axis, which is the same as finding the roots, no? So zeros of functions pwede din natin sabihin siya na root kasi root din yung kinukuha natin, di ba? Roots of functions, pare-pareho lang ibig sabihin yan. Or number 3 is the points, no? The points or the values of x, or maybe the points, no? The points on the x-axis where the graph of the function passes through, no? So dito ibig sabihin sa f of x equals x plus 5, the function, f here, f passes through, no? X equals negative 5. Dito f, oh sorry, not f but g, kasi g yung pangalan ng function natin. Here g passes through x equals 4 tsaka negative 4. And I think this is obvious, no? Kung gusto nyo, tignan natin yung graph. F of x equals x plus 5. Pwede natin tignan kung nagpa-pass through nga siya sa x equals negative 5. Okay, so nakikita nyo, x equals negative 5. At dito yung x-axis natin, and this is x equals negative 5. And yung isa natin, ang isang function natin is, ano yun, g of x equals x squared minus 16. Sabi natin, magpa-pass through siya sa 4 tsaka negative 4, di ba? So, okay, so nakikita nyo yung function natin. This is a quadratic function and it passes through, no? Passes through, yan. Pwede tayong mag-zoom out, no? This is a quadratic function and it passes through negative 4 and 4. So, ibig sabihin, yung pinaka-conclusion natin is that if we are looking for the zeros of the polynomial function, we are actually looking for the roots of that function, no? And we are also looking for the points on the x-axis where the graph of that function passes through. Okay? So, I hope malinaw yung konsepto na sinasabi natin. Yung sa susunod na video kasi natin ay magsusolve tayo more on dito. This is similar to this computation. Magsusolve tayo ng roots ng polynomial functions. And by the way, yung linear function tsaka quadratic functions are also polynomial functions. Okay, maraming salamat. See you in the next tutorial.